Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Playing With Myself. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at a game called Warframe. This is a free-to-play third-person shooter developed by Digital Extremes, and it has a heavy emphasis on cooperative play. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Also, I'm pretty sure nobody actually says cooperative play, and I'm not really sure why I did. I've tried to record this like 3 or 4 times, and I'm not in the headspace for it. I don't know what's going on, but basically we click on a planet. We clicked on Mercury because it's like the beginning planet that everybody starts on, and all of these little nodes here are like kind of like just levels, and each one has a different objective to it. So some of them are like sabotage, destroy this thing, some of it's like rescue this guy, but most of the time it just boils down to get to point A, do what you got to do at point A, and then no HP. Quit telling me I have HP alerts. Alright. Do what you gotta do, and then head back to the extraction point. So, as you guys can see, we are in a game with another person. I can hit Z to bring him to listen. It is in fact just one other person. I think Lil AZN. Haven't really seen that kind of tag since like my StarCraft Brood War days. Then again, I haven't played much multiplayer since my StarCraft Brood War days. But anyway, we can hit E to do a melee attack, which is convenient for opening up these little containers and not wasting any ammo. I'm using a shotgun right now, which means that I've played a decent amount of this game, probably about 2 hours. The shotgun does a fair amount of damage at close range, as you would expect, because that's how shotguns work, at least in video games. And I can hit right mouse to zoom in. Oh, there's a dude right here. Didn't even see him. Yeah, so it's basically just like a series of I don't want to say like dungeons, but that's kind of what it's like. And you go through here, you get experience points, which I believe are like the big numbers that pop off of an enemy at the end, like that 55 there. I think that means I got 55 experience points, but I'm not entirely sure. That could be like the total amount of damage I've done to him, but I doubt it. But yeah, we go through the levels. I guess we have to kill all of the enemies in this particular level, because it says enemies 18, now enemies 17 at the top, which is fine by me because that's mostly what you do in this game anyway. But yeah, it's a free-to-play game, and it falls into like the trap that a lot of free-to-play games fall into, where it takes an extremely long time to get anything in this game just by playing it. So like at some point you're gonna want to buy items and stuff if you want to experience what this game has to offer, at least more fully than what you get when you start out, if that makes any sense at all. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be playing this for a huge amount of time because I don't want to sink any money into it because I have this thing against giving money to free-to-play games. But overall, it's a completely competent game. It's actually a lot of fun if you get in here with some people that are pretty good at the game, which looks like this guy is. Melee attacks are really powerful. I've seen a lot of people just maining melee like that guy seems to be doing for the most part. Just go up here and start slashing away. But it kind of makes you wonder why they didn't just make the sword like its own, just switch over to that weapon instead of just mapping it to the E button, but whatever. But yes, it falls into that kind of trope of like you gotta pay money at some point. And that's okay, I guess. It's not a huge deal because basically every free-to-play game does that. I've seen very rarely a free-to-play game that like you can progress normally in the game without having to pay for items. But overall, I'm having fun with it. It's pretty good. I spent a long time playing it last night, and I only ended up getting like 15,000 credits. So to give you an idea of like the amount of time you're gonna have to put into this game, the lowest level gun I've seen is about 10,000, like for a primary weapon. I think even secondary weapons, and it takes you get about 1,000 credits at the end of each round or map. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going here. I'm just wandering around like an idiot collecting money. There's also money that drops from crates, but you see there I got 18 credits out of that, so you can imagine that it takes some time. I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to be going, but it's probably somewhere. Also, if you guys can hear my computer, I apologize for that. I think maybe I can... Hold on. There are some pretty cool, like, little environmental moves you can do in this game if I can... Oh! You can do, like, a wall... Come on, man. Man, this is kind of embarrassing. Yeah, there we go. So you can do like wall flips and stuff like that. I've noticed that a lot of the environments will kind of let you know where to go by like white markings on the wall. I didn't even need to do that. That's so stupid. Just go down here, you dummy. Look at your map. This guy in the game is probably pissed. But hey man, that's what happens when you try and talk and play video games at the same time. It's like fucking impossible for me. I don't know. Some of you are probably way better at it than I am. But yeah, Digital Extremes, they developed a game called Dark Sector a few years ago. I think back in 2007 actually, so maybe more than a few years ago. But that game and this game, apparently we figured all this shit out for it. Oh, there's our extraction point. We were supposed to get there the entire time. I'm coming, buddy. So yeah, there's the end of the mission.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
So you can see we're ranking up. What ranking up does is you can see at the rewards we got 1,000 credits for that mission, and that's basically been all the missions so far. Maybe that number goes up the harder missions you do later on in the game, but I'm not so sure about that. So we're gonna bounce out of this session, probably much to the elation of the guy we're playing with. I did a whole 9% damage dealt, and he did 91%. That's pretty awesome. But he also took 93% damage, which is pretty funny. So yeah, there's a stat screen here, and it's pretty cool. It breaks down like where you are in the team and everything. I've been disconnected from the game session anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But we can go up into the arsenal over here, and this is kind of like our character customization screen. So our Warframe is Excalibur, and the Warframe is just like the suit of armor we have on right now. It's pretty cool looking. But we'll go into here, and you can see there's a bunch of different Warframes, and they give you 3 to choose from in the beginning, but they don't really explain, like, this is a Warframe you're stuck with unless you want to pay real money to get the other ones, which I think is kind of shitty, but I think the other ones to get are the 75 ones, so like Volt, Loki, and then there's Excalibur. But anyway, oh no, I think the other one was Mag, which is interesting that it's 175. Well, the platinum coins, I'm not really sure what the exchange rate is on those, like, to real world currency. I think it's like 75 is like $5 or something like that. So it seems a little pricey to me. Most of the time when I play free-to-play games, and I know this might be like an unpopular opinion, but most of the time when I play free-to-play games, I'd almost prefer to just pay like $20 for the game and have like a standard, almost like, I guess, Call of Duty-esque upgrade system to it, instead of having to pay money for all this shit. But I guess that's not really where you make your money at in these types of games anyway. So we can go to our rifle, and so you can see here, like, lowest one here is 10,000 credits, and I'm almost there, but I've already got the MK1 Bratton. This one just does a little bit more damage, but is more inaccurate. And these ones over here that don't have any sort of currency underneath them, they're level locked. So if I go here and try to hit buy, it's like, you're only level 1, man. You've got to get to level 2. And our level is dictated up here. I played like 2.5 hours of this game. So our level is like, we have an overall level, and it ranks up based off of, like, I guess maybe how well we did at the end of it, or just how many missions we've done. And then our suit has a rank system of its own. And the rank system for each weapon and suit really only applies to, like, these little modifiers that you can put into your guns, that are these little, like, they're not like trading cards, but that's kind of what they remind me of, that you find throughout levels. And this is actually a really cool aspect of the game, because it allows you to customize your build almost in a way that is kind of just unique to you. Despite the fact that you might have the same weapons and armor as someone else, your special abilities and the modifiers you put on your guns, like, will separate you from them in really interesting ways. So here I've got like 4 different abilities that I'll try and show off in the next match here. And then probably after that we'll call it a game, I guess. Quits? I don't know. But what's also cool is that you'll see these little markings in the top right, and there's these little markings on the cards themselves, and you match those up. So you match each one up with that, and it'll actually give you like a discount on it. So right here, Radial Javelin is normally 10 points, but if I put it in here, it only counts as 5. It halves it. And it works that way for all of them. So I think that's pretty awesome. I don't know how you change those, or if there's a way to change those, but yeah, so you get more mod slots or mod, like, capacity, I guess, the more your suit levels up. I didn't really change anything important. Whoops. Yeah, it's fine. And the same thing with the guns. So, like, I'm just popping real quick. I have a flechette thing right there, and that's 15% armor-piercing damage on my shotgun. So yeah, stuff like that's really awesome. I enjoy that a lot about this game. I think it's very a unique way to add customize. How do I say that word? Customizability. I don't even think that's a word, but it is now because I have to for the purposes of the sentence. It is. Man, this is already falling off the rails. Anyway, we're gonna bounce out of that stuff. There's a market. The foundry. I'll explain real quick. Is you get these like little components throughout levels and stuff like that, and if you find blueprints for a weapon, you can build it. It costs a certain amount of money, and it costs like hours in time, like real world hours. So this is something you might want to do if you've like been saving up money, and then you're like, well, I gotta go to bed now. I'll just build this thing overnight. And I think it should just keep building overnight. If you have to be logged in for it to keep building, that would be pretty shitty, but whatever. I don't know. There's certain, I get really bothered by things in free-to-play games like that. But anyway, it's even worse when it's not in a free-to-play game, so I guess good on them for that. But let's try and do the boss level of this. I might want to check out. Actually, you know what, let's back out of this real quick, and then we'll go check out a level that is a little bit different from the one we were just playing. And that it offers a tiny bit of variety in like enemies and stuff like that. This is the only level I've seen in this game that is like this. So it might be like for each star system or whatever, for each planet there is a level like this. But basically it's like a dark area, and we have these like melee enemies that'll try and get in close to us. And they're actually like a giant pain in the ass. I actually don't know what those things are. There's sort of a story to this game, and like there's a universe and a fiction to it, but I absolutely know nothing about it. It's something you might want to look up on the wiki maybe or something like that, because it's just like, it basically just tells you, you're fighting these guys named Tenno, and you're a Warframe, and go do it, like, you're part of the Grineer clan or something. I don't know, man. Obviously the story is not the point of this game. But I'll try and use some of my powers here. I'll use my first one. Powers are mapped to the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. Yeah, so these guys are infested with something, I don't know, generic sci-fi space disease, number 237. Actually, probably more than that. So I'll use that. It's like a slashing attack. It'll just like go through a wave of enemies. One of my personal favorites, and one that works really well on characters that are trying to get in close to you, if I could show it off, is this like radial blindness thing, and it just basically makes them like blind. So he won't attack me for a certain period of time. These guys are dicks. Ancient healers, also the toxic guys, because they'll cause poison damage over time. Oh man. See if I can use my slash attack. Didn't do as much damage as I was hoping it would do. So this is kind of like almost, maybe like a Left 4 Dead-ish type deal. Man, I'm getting my ass kicked. Help me out, bud. What are you doing? You're just running into a wall. I've seen some pretty bad lag problems, like in this game. I don't know if that's like my personal connection or what's going on, like, but yeah, I've seen some pretty awful connection stuff going on. It's a technical term you might not know from my days hosting Counter-Strike servers. I don't even know if that's a real thing. Oh god, I'm getting boxed in. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little, I was really like taken aback when I first saw this level. Those blue orbs are our power, will fill up our power meter, which will allow us to use our powers more. Yeah. I was caught off guard by this, just wasn't expecting it to be this type of almost like Left 4 Dead, or maybe even sort of Dead Space-esque, maybe like Dead Space 2 or 3, more like 3, type level. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know why I'm following this guy.
Multiple targets ahead. Leave no one
What
standing.
are you supposed to... Oh, okay, yeah. Now I remember. We have to destroy these mining machines. So we just keep slashing away with our blade. I have to say, like, I really love the design of the characters in this game. This kind of weird, like, it's metal, but it looks almost organic type, like suit he's got going on, and the blade and everything. It just looks very cool. It's a very original design that I think is pretty awesome. What I was talking about before, I didn't get to finish my train of thought, was Digital Extremes developed Dark Sector in 2007-ish, I think it was 2007. I remember playing it in high school, but they developed that game, and this game, like, visually seems to borrow a lot from that game. There's even a weapon in this game called the Glaive, which it's just directly ripped from Dark Sector. I'm going to use an ability called Javelins, one of my personal favorites, that completely missed everything, I think. I don't know, might have hurt him. But it like shoots a bunch of spikes, I think, out around us, and it hurts a bunch of enemies. Just hits for massive damage, and those guys are a pain in the ass. Oh, so is this guy. Shotgun so far has been okay. You start out with a machine gun, and I also have a pistol that I can use if I hit the F button, but I don't want to do that right now. Come on. These guys, they just like tank so much damage, and they also either heal or like... or maybe not. Oh god. I mean, they probably heal their teammates, and we're gonna get fucked in this room. I don't... Come on. Sorry for the pauses, and I'm just gonna bail out of here and start focusing on the mining equipment. I don't want to leave my teammates. It'd be a real dick thing to do, but this was a lot more frustrating than I remember it being. Come on. Oh, I forgot to mention something that's actually really cool about this game. Oh shit, someone's down. We can go revive them again, Left 4 Dead style. If we want to take the risk. Man, there's just... oh god. So I think when you die, you can use like points or something like that to revive. I don't know if that... like you could have to pay money for that stuff later. Or maybe it's just like built into the game and you can earn it or something. Or maybe you can just revive by yourself. It's really unclear. Like a lot of the systems in this game are still unknown to me. I'm gonna say fuck this room because Jesus. And we're just gonna bail out of here. I think maybe last night when I played this mission, I played with someone who was a much higher level, or maybe over-leveled for this section. Or not over-leveled, but had much better gear than the starting equipment that I basically have. Whoa. Yeah, you can do cool little... I keep forgetting to mention. You can do cool little moves, like I can hit shift to roll, which is nice, but you can also hold down shift and then hit control to slide and shoot, which is also cool. If you jump and shoot, you'll do like a Max Payne like shoot dive, but not in slow motion, so it's a little bit less cool. But stuff like that adds a nice little flair to the game that is... it just adds some nice variety to the combat. It doesn't really benefit you to do any of that stuff, but it's just a neat little touch. I'm going to keep going this way. The top left, obviously, I'm looking at my map here to know which way I'm going. Sometimes it's not exactly clear, like there is an exclamation point in the distance, but like last night, me and these guys were playing through this map and we basically ran around in circles for like 30 minutes trying to find where we were going because it just wasn't clear on the map. Like they don't map the routes for you very well. And there's a lot of like weird secret routes that you have to take that are like mandatory to get to your objective. And the only way you know how to do it is if you've played through the mission before, you get lucky and basically stumble across it. Stuff like this, like, there's a fan here that I pretty obviously need to cut, but if you were a new player, you might not know that. So that stuff's a little bit weird. The game might have benefited a little bit from like a, actually I think I'm supposed to go down. From a Dead Space-esque like, what do you call it? I can't even remember my train of thought. Like a marker or something, I don't know. A line that takes you to where you're supposed to go. So let's cut this thing up. Or maybe, no, let me get out my pistol and start going to town. Or my shotgun. There we go.
Excellent work. You have managed to thwart potentially dangerous discoveries from being fully realized. For now. Heavy infestation ahead. Get ready.
So she's probably warning us about a swarm of enemies coming our way, which is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. Do I go up? I think I go up this way. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying this. I can't see myself sinking a huge amount of time into it. But it is a pretty fun, free-to-play game, you know? I mean, I don't know what the system requirements on this thing are. It looks pretty good, I think. I mean, it looks at least okay. Much better than most free-to-play games do. I don't know. I guess we're supposed to go down here, buddy. Yeah, I mean, it will literally cost you no money to at least try it out and play for a bit. And who knows, maybe they'll get you. They'll get you with some microtransactions. Okay, yeah, if I run against a wall and hold space, I can do like a wall run, which is pretty cool. Ah, fuck this place. Sorry, man, I'm bringing the fight to you. That guy fell straight up just through the level. That's pretty awesome. Oh, God. Oh, shit. These guys are rascally rabbits. I'm not actually sure what these things are. They must be like infected things. So you see we ran over that little like orb there, and in the top right it showed us an icon, and then just picked up one of those like modification cards. You'll pick up duplicates, but it's no big deal. A lot of... God damn it. It just seems completely randomized, like which ones you get. I don't think this guy knows how to get up here. Sorry, bud. Oh, shit. Well, I'm hitting E to use my sword, but apparently it's not working at the moment. Yep, this is awesome. Just gonna get out of here and just sprint right past all this shit. That's another weird thing about this game, is that there's an emphasis on combat. Like, you get benefits from engaging in combat, you get experience, you might actually get some money too, I'm not sure. You get items that they drop, like health and ammo and stuff. But a lot of the times, like when you're done doing your objective, you can just sprint through the level and ignore all of the enemies and complete it. Which is exactly what I'm going to do right now, even though I have a feeling they're all chasing me. But, yeah, I would like to type out a message to that guy, but I don't want to disrupt the flow of combat here, and I don't want to get caught unawares. Yeah, fuck that guy. These enemies are like some of the most annoying enemies in a video game I've encountered in a long time, but at least it adds some much welcome variety to the gameplay, because most of the other missions are literally just like corridor shooting bad guys for no reason other than you're supposed to. I'm not supposed to be up here. And that guy knows it too. He says, you're not supposed to be up here, but he was saying it in like a weird alien voice. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Oh god, just keep running. Never stop running. NSR. Yeah, let's get some power here. There are a shitload of enemies. Wow. See if I can dash through them. Indeed I can. Just keep going, man. I feel a little bit like an asshole for not helping that dude out, but oh well. It's too late now. But yeah, sort of running out of things. I'm trying to think of what other games Digital Extremes has made. I know they've made some stuff. I just cannot remember what it is. They were one of those weird, like I said, like B-tier developers. I guess we'll have to take these guys out. They followed me all the way here. I hope all of the enemies didn't, because we're pretty much fucked if that's the case. But there's oh Jesus, look at all the bloom. Why is there so much bloom? There's a lot of like smart things in this game, like the timer starting once 2 people are in the extraction point, so you don't have to wait there forever for the other people to get to where they need to be. I haven't really had to communicate too much with anybody else in this game, so it's not really like a tactical third-person shooter. It's mostly just run and gun. It can get a little hectic and a little confusing. God, I fucking hate these guys. Javelin! Yeah, that killed him instantly. That's awesome. But it also drains pretty much all of my my power. There we go. So the mission's complete. We'll probably get another 1,000 credits. Yep. But it did rank up my pistol and my stana, which is my sword. A lot of weird names for this stuff in this game. Lato. So, how did we do? We got 23% damage dealt. That's not a whole lot. We did take the least amount of damage, though, which is pretty impressive. I did get the most kills. So, somehow I did the least amount of damage, but I did get the most kills. And that to be kind of interesting. That guy used his abilities 18 times. That's pretty awesome. 73% fire accuracy. That's good. Alright, enough jerking myself off. We'll get out of this section right here, and I think that's pretty much all I want to show off of this game. It's pretty cool. Like I said before, it'll literally cost you no money to try it out. So if you have the hardware to do it, I would highly recommend you do it. It seems pretty well optimized for a PC game. But yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for watching as always, and thank you to the 8th Circuit. Something I forgot to say in the Risk of Rain video after reprimanding myself in the Chasm video to start like mentioning them more often. But thanks to the 8th Circuit for hosting these videos. You guys should check them out. I will put a link in the description as always. And I will see you guys in the next video.